Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here today and for watching this video. And in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be getting the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards here. Pile number 1, you're going to be this white crystal here. Pile 2, you're going to be the red and white crystal here. And pile 3, you're going to be this pink rose quartz here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into the reading. Hi, pile 1s, you guys chose the white crystal here. And let's take a look at your message of the day. So you received number 50 here with Spirit of the River. And it says movement toward adventure. Beautiful energy. So I'm getting the message here from Spirit, pile 1, that they really want you to be in this energy of trying new things and maybe doing some sort of new activity or going to a new place, but really moving toward adventure here. And, with the Spirit of the River, I get the idea of, a river just flowing and the beauty of that, of just letting go and, doing what makes you happy, doing new things, meeting new people, trying new hobbies, whatever it is for you here, but really sort of just embracing life and really moving towards this adventure here. So I love that. So you also have number 18 with floating in the storm. So I get the energy of, when I think of a storm, I think of chaos and maybe disorder, things being difficult, obstacles. So maybe you've been through some hard times here, pile 1, or some chaos recently, some sort of upset or imbalance in your life. And I feel like Spirit just wants you to sort of ride this wave, float in the storm. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it ruin your day. Really strive to move towards this adventure here and stay positive and, ride the wave through whatever the storm is here. Maybe this has to do with a job. Maybe it has to do with your living situation, your partner, whatever it is here. Spirit just wants you to sort of float through it, rise above it. And don't let it get to you, pile 1. So interesting. You also have number 4 with consciousness here and great gratitude. I love that for you. So yeah, I feel like Spirit is wanting you to just, like I said before, rise above whatever the storm is here and just be grateful for all the good things in your life, the things that are going right, the things that are positive, all of the blessings that you have. And, just be grateful for that and be in the spirit of positivity and adventure and embracing life, I feel like is the message. And I also get the idea here that, you may want to spend some time in nature, because we have this girl and she's surrounded by trees and flowers here, and all the birds are sort of around her. So I feel like nature could be very helpful for you in terms of clearing your mind and clearing this energy, this stormy or chaotic energy here, and really getting into that space of gratitude and peace, pile 1. So love that. You also have Hawthorn here with balance, the elemental kingdom. Yeah, so nature is coming through again, and specifically the hawthorn plant is coming through with a message about balance, finding that balance again in your life, pile 1. So whatever the storm or chaotic energy is here, Spirit really wants you to just find that balance again within you. And I feel like a way of doing that is by practicing gratitude, and is by spending time in nature, and also seeking out new adventures, new things to do, new places to go, new people to meet. All of that will help you find that inner balance again. So I love that. You also have number 15 with Freya here, and it says, warrior, your power, determination. Yeah, so you really need to be this warrior here, I feel like, pile 1, right now. Going through whatever the storm or chaos is, you need to stand in your power, and you need to really be determined to make it through whatever this chaos is here, whatever this storm is. And like I said before, Spirit just wants you to rise above it right now and practice gratitude and spend time in nature and find new adventures. And that will really help you find that balance again, and also push through whatever the storm or chaos is here. So beautiful energy. So I want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy here. So you have the 9 of Wands. And that talks about this determination here, because the 9 of Wands is all about persisting through our obstacles, through our difficulties, and rising above it, coming out the other side a stronger, better person. And that's really what Spirit is asking of you right now, is to just push through whatever this storm or chaos is, so that you can make it to the other side, and you can be that better person, that more enlightened version of yourself. So interesting. You also have the 10 of Wands in reverse. And that's actually a good position for this card, because when it's in the reverse, it talks about feeling lighter, feeling less burdened. And I feel like these things here that Spirit is talking about, gratitude, balance, adventure, all of those things are going to help you become less burdened, pile 1. They're going to make you feel lighter and happier and better. And that is what Spirit wants for you right now. So that message is coming through strongly here. You also have strength. Yeah, so again, this is about standing in your power, pile 1, being that warrior, pushing through the storm, rising above it, and having that inner strength to succeed, to overcome your obstacles. So beautiful. You also have the 5 of Pentacles here. And that can talk about, this difficulties here, this storm or chaos. Us feeling like we don't have what we need, or we don't have enough, or maybe we feel like we're not enough, whatever it is here, there is a need to heal this, and there is a need to rise above this, pile 1. And I feel like that is what Spirit is really asking of you right now. So interesting. So I just want to get one last message here for you guys from the angels. So angels, can we get a last message or guidance for pile 1, please? A final message or guidance, please, for pile 1. Wow, this is funny. So you have this card here, and it says, your inner strength can and will move mountains. Yes, that is what we were saying here. It's amazing how Spirit just confirms the messages. But yeah, the angels are really letting you know here that your inner strength is very powerful, pile one, and you can move mountains. And you will, pile one. You will get through whatever this storm or chaos is here. You will make it through and you will move that mountain. So just remember that, pile one. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the red and white crystal here. And let's take a look at your message of the day. So you received the Panther spirit here with protection. And it says, consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. Interesting. So there's a message here, pile two, about protecting your energy right now and really being aware of who and what you're giving your energy to and whether those people or things are worthy of giving your energy to. Are they, respecting your energy? Are they valuing your energy? Or are they just taking it and not giving back and not appreciating it? So, there's really a message here about sort of taking stock of how you're spending your time and your energy and whether the people and things you're giving it to are worthy of that. So, the Panther is coming through with this strong message. And also, I feel like, with this card, Spirit is protecting you. I feel like that's also a message coming through here, is that your spirit guides and your angels are with you, pile two, and they are protecting you through this process. So interesting. So you also have number 9 with offer here. So there may be some sort of offer or maybe even wish coming in here for you guys, because, we have this woman and she's sort of opened her hands here and it looks like she's receiving something from spirit or from the heavens. So I feel like, maybe there is some sort of abundance coming in for you soon. But I also feel like this is about you sort of connecting with your guides here and with spirit and maybe asking them to help you to protect yourself and to figure out if you're spending your energy in the right way and giving it to the right people. So that can also be a message here, sort of offering your time and your energy to spirit. We also have radical self-acceptance here. And it says, you are perceived the way you perceive yourself. I'm just going to cover this here. Beautiful. So yeah, I feel like this is about you loving yourself, pile two, really taking that time for self-love and self-care and accepting yourself for who you are, because I feel like, this card is so true. People perceive you the way you perceive yourself. So if you don't have a good, positive self-image, others won't have that image of you. It's all about believing in yourself and loving yourself, because when you show that self-love, others also jump on that bandwagon, and they perceive you in that beautiful light of self-love and self-worth and self-acceptance. And that's when your light truly shines, pile two. That's when others can see that light, is when you love yourself truly and deeply. So I love this energy for you. You also have tremella here with yin. So yeah, yin is all about, the feminine energy. And really, that soft side of us, that compassion, that love, that care. So again, I'm getting a message here of really loving yourself, pile 2, and protecting your energy and accepting yourself, and letting that soft feminine energy heal you here, and really letting it show, really expressing it, not only with those that you're giving your energy to, but to yourself, pile 2. I feel like that's really the key here, is this radical self-acceptance that Spirit is talking about. And, maybe this offer is about, you offering yourself that love, giving yourself that time and that energy, protecting yourself. So interesting. You also have healing here with number 5. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I do feel like this is a healing process for you here, pile 2. Learning to love yourself, learning to heal maybe your inner child or your shadow, or any wounds that you're carrying, healing that so that you can come to this place of radical self-acceptance, this place of loving yourself, accepting yourself, believing in yourself, and letting that light shine. So really beautiful, pile 2. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the 5 of Cups here. And that makes sense, because the 5 of Cups can be about disappointment and hurt, and maybe when we feel like we're not good enough, or we feel like we are sort of being maybe used by others, or we're feeling hurt or disappointed by others. So I feel like there is this message here about healing this energy here, so that you come to this place of peace within yourself, pile 2, and you come to this place of acceptance, and really trying to get out of this 5 of Cups energy. I feel like that is what Spirit wants for you here. You also have the 4 of Cups in reverse, which is actually a good position for this card, because that is when we are healing. That is when we are feeling more optimistic, and we're feeling more in tune with ourselves. We're loving ourselves more. We're loving our life more. So I feel like you will come into this place here, pile 2. And, I feel like by practicing these things, practicing self-love, practicing protection, being in that divine feminine energy here, and working on your healing, you will come into this place of healing here, pile 2. You also have the King of Swords, which is another beautiful energy, because the King of Swords is someone that stands in his power, and he does love himself. He's very secure within himself, and he does protect himself greatly. He knows how to protect himself, and he sets strong boundaries, and he gets things done, and I feel like that is the energy that Spirit really wants you to step into here, is this energy of stepping into that warrior side of yourself, where you protect your energy and you protect your time, and you don't give it away freely. So interesting. You also have the Chariot here. And that's beautiful, because the Chariot is all about moving forward. It's about healing and then moving towards what we desire, what our goals are, and being in that place of wholeness and growth and beauty, pile 2. And I feel like that is what Spirit is wanting for you here, is to be in that forward movement and that beautiful healing place, pile 2. So I love that. So I just want to get one last message here from the angels for you guys. So angels, can we get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? Final message or guidance, please, for pile 2. So you have this card here and it says, you need to put the music back into your life. Wow, I love that for you guys. So yeah, you know, the angels, I feel like this is about, you know, again, loving yourself, doing the things that make you happy, you know, getting that confidence back and really putting the music back in your life, you know, putting the joy back in your life, protecting your energy, offering yourself that cup of love, you know, filling your own cup, pile 2, and maybe listening to music, you know, enjoying music, maybe dancing, you know, whatever it is that makes you happy, pile 2. So I love that. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope the reading was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile 3, so you guys chose the pink rose quartz. And you received a number 56 with vulnerability here. Interesting. So I'm getting a few messages from this card here. For some of you in this pile, I feel like there may be a need to be more vulnerable here. Maybe to show your feelings or express your feelings, maybe to stand in your truth and explain your truth, you know, to others in your life. But for others of you, I feel like this is a message about maybe some of you in this pile are feeling vulnerable right now. You know, maybe there's something in your life that is making you feel vulnerable. And maybe it's an uncomfortable feeling for you. You know, this could be maybe, you know, a relationship that's making you feel vulnerable in some way. You know, maybe you don't feel comfortable in it, or maybe you feel like you can't express yourself in it, or maybe, you know, your partner and you aren't vibing anymore, you know, whatever it is. Or this could be, you know, a job, you know, maybe the job makes you feel vulnerable in some way, or the place where you're living, or, you know, it could be many things here. But for some of you, I get that, you know, there may be this energy of you feeling vulnerable here. But let's get some more cards. So you have number 43 with the charging of her wand. Beautiful, because this card is really about stepping into your power right now, pile 3, and really using your magical gifts, because I feel like this pile does have a lot of magic within them, and I feel like you are capable of creating change, creating transformation. So whatever this vulnerability is here, you have the power to transform that, pile 3, and you have the power to change your situation. So if there's something that you're not comfortable with here, or that's making you feel vulnerable, you're capable of changing that. And Spirit really wants you to know that. And also, you know, for those of you that, you know, where this is about being more vulnerable, you know, showing your feelings and your thoughts, I feel like that's possible too here. And Spirit wants you to know that. They just want you to step into your power and really express yourself, really voice your feelings. Paradise here. Beautiful. And it says happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase. Beautiful. So yeah, I feel like there is this paradise that is coming here for you. This time of happiness and play. And I feel like it's about you really just using the magic within you, pile 3 and, stepping into your power and creating this beautiful paradise for yourself here. And if this is about, a partner, just taking the time to enjoy each other and taking the time to be in that playful phase and express your vulnerability. Because like I said before, for a few of you here, I feel like this may be about a relationship or partnership. And Spirit is really asking you to show your vulnerability with this person. Be vulnerable, open your heart to them, express yourself, express how you feel about them, and really enjoy each other and live in that honeymoon phase. So I feel like this message of vulnerability for some of you here is about, being vulnerable within your current partnership or love relationship here. We also have the old ones with honoring. Beautiful, because this card talks about honoring our ancestors, honoring those that came before us, and really, paying homage to them, really respecting them, and maybe even connecting with them. So you may want to take some time connecting with Spirit and connecting with your ancestors, because I feel like they have a lot of wisdom for you, pile 3. And I feel like they have messages here that they want to share with you about how to use your power and how to be more vulnerable, maybe within a partnership, and how to enjoy this paradise here, how to create this for yourself. I feel like, they've been through it and they have guidance and wisdom to give you, pile 3. So I love that. You also have wand here with intention. Amazing, because you had the charging of the wand here. So yeah, there's definitely something here about using your gifts, pile 3, to really create change within your life, to really set those intentions of what you want for your life and how you can create this paradise for yourself. So maybe it's about being more vulnerable, or maybe it's about, being less vulnerable, changing of that vulnerable situation. However it resonates here, I feel like it's all about you stepping into your power and really setting those intentions and making your life into the beautiful picture that you want it to be, creating that canvas and really, expressing that. So I love that. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the 2 of Pentacles here. And that talks about, when we have options and when we, maybe sometimes when we're juggling things, or, we have a lot on our plate, and, I feel like this is really about, it goes with this card here, really setting intentions and determining what you want to spend your time and energy on, and being really clear about that right now. And also, stepping into your power, like we talked about before, and, either being more vulnerable or taking yourself out of a vulnerable situation, however it resonates for you. You also have the 9 of Swords in reverse here. And that's actually a good position for that card, because when it's upright, it talks about anxiety and it talks about overthinking and feeling sort of scattered. So in the reverse, it talks about coming out of that anxiety and being in a place of calm and a place of power, and being able to set intentions and be vulnerable, and all of those things. So I feel like this is the energy that Spirit is wanting for you right now, is to be in that place of peace and calm where you're not overthinking and you're not, feeling anxious or fearful, but you're feeling balanced and peaceful and clear-headed so that you can set strong intentions. So I love that. You also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which talks about fate and cycles and completion. So I do feel like, you know, you are coming into a new cycle here, pile 3. And, you know, I feel like for a lot of you here, like I said, this is about stepping into your power right now and setting your intentions and, you know, using your wand here to create the life that you want. And I feel like that will lead you to this place of fulfillment here, this place of completion. And, you know, this is something that Spirit wants for you here. It's part of your plan. So I love that. You also have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is beautiful energy because it talks about success and prosperity and fulfillment. So there is a lot of abundance coming in here for you, pile 3, and a lot of stability. And I feel like, you know, Spirit just wants you to know that you are surrounded by this beautiful abundance. You know, we have this caviar on this card here, all over this card, you know, which reminds me of luxury and, you know, gourmet food and abundance, you know. So I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you are, you know, for many of you, I feel like already in this place of abundance, living this abundant life. But for those of you who aren't, I feel like that is a message that this is coming and you are capable of this. You know, this paradise here is possible. This place of happiness and joy and abundance. So I love that for you guys. So I just want to get one last card here from the angels. So Spirit and angels, can we get one final message or guidance, please? For pile 3, one final message. Okay, so you have this card here and it says, your loved ones want you to live the life you are destined for. Wow, that's beautiful. And I feel like the angels are really speaking here about your ancestors and your guides, because we did have the old ones here before. So I feel like your ancestors are really rooting for you here, pile 3, and they want you to live this life of paradise here. They want you to live this beautiful life. And they really just want you to, like I said, step into your power and set your intentions. And, you know, maybe if this is about a partnership, you know, be vulnerable, open your heart, and really express that love and live that love, pile 3. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye.